Did you know that 99% of deaths after the age of 75 can be attributed to just a handful of causes? Many people assume that passing away at an advanced age is simply a natural part of life, but the truth is that most fatalities stem from avoidable risks that are often ignored until it's too late. By the time most people realize what's happening, their health is already deteriorated and their options become limited. However, if you understand these dangers now, you can take proactive steps to protect yourself and extend your life in ways you never thought possible. In this video, we're going to uncover the 5 leading causes of death after 75, those responsible for nearly all fatalities in this age group. Some of these causes might seem obvious, while others may come as a surprise. One thing remains certain: knowing them is the first step toward preventing them. These aren't just statistics. They represent real lives, real families, and real choices that can mean the difference between struggling with health problems or living a long, fulfilling life. Stay tuned until the end because these 5 causes are not inevitable. In fact, by making small but meaningful changes, many people have significantly reduced their risks, maintained their independence longer, and added years, sometimes even decades, to their life. The decisions you make today could determine how strong, active, and independent you remain in the years ahead. Now, let's dive in. Number 1. Heart disease. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for individuals over 75, yet many don't realize how much control they actually have over it. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it either stays strong with the right care or weakens from years of neglect. The challenge is that you often don't feel the warning signs until the damage is already done. Many people assume that slowing down, feeling tired, or getting out of breath easily is simply part of aging. In reality, these can be signs that your heart isn't as strong as it used to be, and that's something worth paying attention to. One of the biggest contributors to heart disease is high blood pressure. Over time, it puts an enormous strain on your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder than it should. The tricky part? You often don't feel it. There's no pain, no obvious symptoms, nothing telling you to take action until you face a heart attack or stroke. That's why so many people over 75 suddenly find themselves in the hospital, wondering how they got there when they felt perfectly fine just days before. Another major culprit is poor diet. Decades of processed foods, excess salt, and unhealthy fats slowly take their toll, clogging arteries and reducing circulation. Here's something most people don't realize. This is not just about avoiding bad foods. It's equally about eating the right ones. Your heart needs fuel to stay strong. And if your meals are lacking in heart-healthy nutrients, the damage happens much faster than you think. And let's not forget about the lack of movement. The heart isn't designed to sit still all day. When you stop moving, your circulation slows down, your muscles weaken, and your heart doesn't get the exercise it needs to remain strong. You don't have to run marathons. Just staying active in whatever way suits you, whether it's walking, stretching, or even simple chair exercises, can keep your heart pumping efficiently and dramatically reduce your risk of heart disease. The biggest mistake people make is assuming that heart disease is just fate. They hear about relatives who had heart attacks, or they think it's just what happens with age. But the truth is, small, consistent choices add up. The food you eat, the way you move, and how you manage stress all play a role in determining whether your heart stays strong or begins to fail. If you take away one thing from this, let it be this: you have more power over your heart health than you think. The choices you make today can dictate the strength of your heart in the years ahead, and the best time to start protecting it is right now. Number 2, falls and injuries. One of the most dangerous and overlooked risks after the age of 75 isn't a disease. It's a fall. It can happen in an instant. One misstep, one moment of dizziness, one slippery floor, and suddenly everything changes. A fractured hip, a head injury, or even a seemingly minor bruise can quickly spiral into a serious life-threatening event. The real danger? Many people don't realize how vulnerable they are until it's too late. Here's something shocking. Falls are one of the top causes of injury-related deaths in seniors. They account for millions of emergency room visits every year, and for many, a single fall leads to a decline from which they never fully recover. A hip fracture can mean months in bed, a loss of independence, and an increased risk of infections and complications. Despite how common this is, most people don't take fall prevention seriously until they or someone they love experiences one firsthand. As we age, our sense of balance, muscle strength, and reaction time gradually decrease. Because this happens so slowly, we may not notice until it's too late. You might feel fine while walking around your home doing your daily routines, only to find yourself losing balance when reaching for something, and suddenly gravity takes over. The body simply doesn't recover as easily as it once did, and what used to be a minor stumble can now result in devastating injuries. Here's something that makes it even worse. Fear of falling leads to even more falls. Many seniors, after experiencing one close call, start avoiding movement altogether. They stop going for walks, avoid stairs, and limit their activity out of fear. But the less you move, the weaker your muscles become, and the weaker your muscles are, the more likely you are to fall. It's a vicious cycle that can quickly rob you of your independence. The good news? Falls are not inevitable. There are simple yet powerful ways to dramatically reduce your risk. Strengthening your legs and core, improving balance, and making small adjustments in your home like better lighting, slip-proof rugs, and sturdy handrails can make the difference between remaining active and independent or facing a life-changing injury. Another often overlooked factor, medication side effects. Many prescriptions can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or changes in blood pressure that make falls more likely. If you've ever stood up too quickly and felt lightheaded, that's your body warning you that something needs to be adjusted. Talking to your doctor about your medications and ensuring they aren't working against you will save your life. Falling isn't just about tripping over something. It's about staying strong, steady, and aware of the little things that can make a big difference. Because after 75, a single fall can change everything, and taking the right precautions today could mean years of continued mobility, independence, and a much higher quality of life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell to stay updated so you don't miss any of our content. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 3, respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we often take for granted until it becomes difficult. As we age, our lungs don't work as efficiently, and even minor respiratory issues can escalate quickly. What begins as a simple cough or shortness of breath can lead to chronic conditions, infections, and even hospitalization. After the age of 75, respiratory diseases become one of the leading causes of death, not because they're unavoidable, but because they're often ignored until it's too late. One of the biggest dangers is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways become inflamed, making it harder to breathe. Many seniors brush off symptoms like frequent coughing, wheezing, or feeling short of breath, assuming it's just a normal part of aging. In reality, these are warning signs that your lungs need help. Then there's pneumonia. It might seem like just another infection, but for older adults, pneumonia is far more dangerous. What starts as a cold or mild chest congestion can quickly turn into a life-threatening condition, as the body's ability to fight off infections weakens with age. Many hospitalizations after 75 are caused by pneumonia, and in far too many cases, the infection leads to a rapid decline in health that some never fully recover from. Another major risk, poor air quality. Over the years, exposure to dust, pollution, and secondhand smoke takes a toll on the lungs. Even inside the home, things like mold, peat dander, and indoor pollutants can worsen breathing problems without you even realizing it. If you already have conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants make symptoms even worse. Making small adjustments such as improving indoor air quality, using air purifiers, or avoiding smoke exposure can significantly protect your lungs. One of the simplest but most effective ways to keep your lungs strong is to stay active. Many people don't realize that the lungs, like any part of the body, need exercise to function properly. When you move, your lungs expand fully, keeping them healthy and clearing out mucus buildup. But when you sit for long periods, your lungs aren't working as hard, making you more vulnerable to infections and weakening lung function over time. Even light activities like walking or stretching can help keep your lungs strong for longer. Another crucial factor is getting the right vaccinations. Many seniors underestimate the importance of vaccines for pneumonia, flu, and other respiratory illnesses. These simple precautions can dramatically reduce the risk of severe infections. It's not just about avoiding a bad cold, it's about preventing complications that could land you in the hospital or worse. A small step, like staying up to date on vaccines, can mean the difference between a mild illness and a serious health crisis. Breathing should never feel like a struggle, but for many people over 75, it does not because it has to, but because they don't take action early enough. Your lungs work tirelessly to keep you alive, so taking care of them, strengthening them, and protecting them from infection is one of the most powerful things you can do to extend both your health and independence. Number 4, stroke. A stroke happens suddenly without warning, and in an instant, life can change forever. It remains one of the leading causes of death after 75, but many people don't realize how many early warning signs and risk factors are within their control. The truth is, a stroke doesn't always give you a second chance. Once it occurs, the damage is often permanent. Here's what most people don't know. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. This means the choices you make today could determine whether you stay independent or suffer from a life-altering event. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked or when a blood vessel bursts. When this happens, brain cells begin to die within minutes. The longer the brain is deprived of oxygen, the greater the damage. Some strokes are small, causing only temporary confusion or slight weakness, while others leave individuals paralyzed, unable to speak, or completely dependent on others. Tragically, in too many cases, strokes are fatal. One of the biggest risk factors is high blood pressure. Over time, too much pressure on the arteries weakens them, making them more likely to rupture or become blocked. And just like with heart disease, high blood pressure often has no symptoms, leading many to walk around completely unaware that they are at risk until a stroke unexpectedly occurs. Another major contributor is irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, like temporary vision changes or confusion, should never be ignored. Seeking medical attention immediately could mean the difference between preventing a stroke and suffering its devastating consequences. Remember, you have the power to reduce your stroke risk. Checking your blood pressure regularly, maintaining a heart-healthy diet, staying active, and recognizing early warning signs can help you stay independent and avoid the life-altering effects of a stroke. The earlier you take action, the greater your chances of protecting yourself. Number 5, cognitive decline and related complications. One of the most heartbreaking realities of aging is the slow loss of memory, reasoning, and independence. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in gradually, with small changes that may be easy to dismiss at first. However, as the years pass, those subtle lapses can turn into something much more serious. The ability to manage daily tasks, recognize familiar faces, or make sound decisions begins to fade. For many, it's not just an inconvenience, it becomes life-threatening. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease affect not only the mind, but also put the entire body at risk. As cognitive function declines, so does an individual's ability to take care of their own health. Simple tasks, like remembering to take medications, eating balanced meals, or recognizing symptoms of an illness, become increasingly difficult. Many seniors suffering from dementia forget to drink enough water, leading to dangerous dehydration. Others may eat too little or too much, causing nutritional deficiencies or weight gain that increases their risk of other serious conditions. One of the largest dangers? Accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the door unlocked at night, or wandering outside in unsafe conditions are all risks that become deadly as cognitive decline progresses. For numerous seniors, this tragic reality leads to the loss of independence. They may no longer be able to live alone safely, and without proper care, their health declines even faster. The scariest part: many people don't realize they are experiencing cognitive decline until it is already advanced. Early signs, such as forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or misplacing important items, are often brushed off as just a normal part of aging. But in reality, these small warning signs are your brain's way of signaling that something is changing. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of slowing progression and maintaining a sharp, healthy mind for years to come. One of the best ways to protect your brain is by staying mentally active. Just like the muscles in your body, your brain needs exercise to stay strong. Reading, learning new skills, doing puzzles, or even having deep conversations keeps your brain engaged and reduces the risk of cognitive decline. Here's something many people overlook. Physical exercise is just as important for brain health as mental activity. Movement increases blood flow to the brain, helping to protect memory and cognitive function. Another key factor? Social interaction. Isolation and loneliness can speed up mental decline dramatically. Having regular conversations, meeting friends, and staying engaged with a community can literally help keep your brain sharper for longer. The more you challenge your mind with new experiences and meaningful interactions, the more resilient it becomes. Of course, diet plays a major role too. What you eat directly affects brain health. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts help protect against cognitive decline. On the other hand, too much processed food, sugar, and unhealthy fats contribute to inflammation in the brain, increasing the risk of dementia. A healthy brain starts with a healthy body. The choices you make today can shape how well you think and function in the years ahead. Losing cognitive function isn't an inevitable part of aging. By taking the right steps now, keeping your mind and body active, staying socially engaged, and making smart dietary choices, you can significantly reduce your risk. Your brain is just like any other part of your body. The more you take care of it, the stronger it stays. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, please take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered: heart disease, falls, respiratory issues, strokes, and cognitive decline. These 5 causes are responsible for nearly all deaths after the age of 75. But here's what's crucial to remember: they are not inevitable. Most people don't realize how much control they have over their health, and by the time they do, it's often too late. The truth is that small, consistent choices starting today can add years of strength, clarity, and independence to your life. No one wants to think about aging, but ignoring these risks won't make them disappear. The good news is that awareness gives you power. Knowing the signs, taking preventive steps, and prioritizing your health means that you don't have to live in fear of what lies ahead. Instead of focusing on limitations, you can concentrate on longevity, strength, and enjoying life to the fullest. Now, think about your daily habits. Are there areas where you could make small improvements? Maybe it's eating healthier, moving more, getting regular checkups, or staying socially and mentally active. Whatever it is, remember this: you don't have to change everything all at once. Even one small step in the right direction can set you on a path toward better health and a longer, fuller life. At this stage in life, your well-being is your greatest asset. The more you protect it, the more you can enjoy time with loved ones, maintain your independence, and live without fear of preventable health issues. Every day is an opportunity to take care of yourself, and the choices you make today can determine how strong and capable you remain in the years ahead. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.